Hi, my name's McKenna Shepherd here at Growing Peace Camp 2014. What is your name?
My name is Jim Holmes.
What is your job title, Mr. Holmes?
I am a Placer County Supervisor, which is an elected position.
What does peace mean to you?
I think you have to find peace within yourself before you can explain what peace really is. You have to have that peace inside your heart and in your psyche in order to transmit that out to people that you run into and people that you meet with in community. Because you can tell someone from their countenance if they have peace. And if they don't, you can see the troubled looks on their faces. So peace is something that's internal, and we have to strive to find that and exude it.
How does your job help our community be a more peaceful place?
One of the parts of my job is to help the Placer County Sheriff's Department. We oversee the Sheriff's Department, we control their budget. So we want to make sure that the Sheriff's Department has the tools they need so they can respond to violence and drug problems in our community. You know, if you live in a neighborhood, you want to make sure your neighborhood's safe, and that's the role of the police, to make sure that they are able to have the ability to provide that security that you want to see in your community.
What are some ways you find peace, like peace within and peace with others?
What I like to do is have some time alone with myself, and a lot of times I'll do that while I'm walking, and I just have freedom to think about what's going on in my life and what's going on with the community. There's so many issues that I have to deal with that I really need that time to be able to think things through and not make rash decisions without having the background and the base of growth that I need to make those kinds of decisions. And I think by doing that and explaining the decisions that I make, it gives people peace about knowing how I come to that decision. They may not agree with me, but at least they have a sense that I've taken the time to think the issue through and make a decision based on the facts. It's hard sometimes to separate the facts from the emotion, but I always try to look at the facts and make a decision based on the best good for our community.
What does community mean to you?
Community is a sense of everybody working together, and I think Auburn is a great example of that. You can go to any place in the city of Auburn and find something to do. There's all kinds of groups that are helping people do things with the community, you know, working with the recreation district to do things as a volunteer. The Auburn Chamber of Commerce does a lot of that. They put things together where you can work together. And you know, working with people to do something good makes you all feel good and makes you feel like you are all one.
I couldn't agree more. Why is a camp like this a good idea?
A camp like this is a good idea because we need to start with our young people. That's one of the problems with our society. We don't invest in our young people the way we should. And they're the ones that are going to be, they're leaders already. Many of these young people are leaders already. We always say they're the future, but the future's now. And so that's why we need to have these kind of camps, to have discussions, so you know that that there are people that are in like with you, that agree with what you say, and that there are people my age that even agree with you, and I appreciate what you do.
What are some ways that we can make our community even more peaceful?
Well, you know what I like to do? When I walk down the street, I always like to have a smile on my face, and when I see someone, I say good morning or hey, how you doing? And sometimes I just go up and, like Rocky, when I met Rocky, what did I do? He's different than I am, but I went up and started talking to him. And once I started talking to him, it was like, hey, this guy's a pretty good guy. And you know, you just have to bust through that barrier. You just have to talk to people that are different and just get to know them. And it's amazing how they open up and how much you learn from them. And so that's what I do. That's what I do, and I think that's what this Peace Camp is all about. It's about talking to people. Just open up and talking to people. Have a dialogue. You may not agree. I've seen young people with piercings and tattoos, but if you go up and talk to them, they're really okay. They're just different.
Do you have any questions for us youth?
Yes. Where do you go to school?
I used to go to Alta Vista. Now I'm going to UB Kane.
Well, I went to UB Kane.
Did you like it?
You betcha I survived. That was back, we didn't have air conditioning in those days. And it was snowing all the time. Oh, it's terrible. No. Let's see. Why do you think this is important? Youth Peace Camp.
Like you said, it's a good idea to start with the young people.
All right.
Because people, when they grow up, they're not so peaceful. I don't think they had a camp like this when they were younger.
You know what happens?
To teach them about peace.
You know what happens? Life gets in the way. There's always challenges. You're trying to do something and then something comes at you and you have to go in a different direction. But if you have peace and stay focused on what you want to do, you will survive. But everything keeps coming at you. You just have to have that basic sense of peace within you in order to keep moving forward. You get discouraged, you get downhearted, but sometimes you just have to say something funny. And I'm pretty good at that. I always have this wry sense of humor that sometimes people don't understand, but it helps me and it breaks the tension inside of a meeting if it's timed just right.
Well, thank you. And yeah, this has been McKenna Shepherd and Jim Holmes here at Peace Camp 2014.
Well, McKenna, thank you so much for your input into this and putting this on. I really enjoyed having this dialogue with you.
Me too. Peace.
Peace.